So far, it's just you and me. How was your workout?
Pretty good.
Good.
How was your other call?
Um, good. It's the zone
Mm.
planning for the round table since Ryan is
Hold on, man.
taking kind
Arnold's
of the
Arnold's
lead.
calling me.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry, he thought it was at my pre-peds meeting.
oh,
Yeah. So just so he's wondering why I had a link.
we got Frank Baldwin on the call. Hi, Frank. We still have a little bit of time. It might just be the three of us. What will we do? So, Frank, can you hear me okay? Lisa, you're with Winchester, is that right? Or do I have the wrong club? It's Winchester. Okay. And Frank is Muncie Sunrise and Arnold is Carmel. We have our district governor-elect with us. Oh, Frank Baldwin's coming back in again. I see you now, Frank. So on my screen, the mute is on the far bottom left corner. You might try clicking on that microphone to see if that helps.
I just had to click OK on the recording. I could not figure out why can't I get a
Oh, okay. I do record these so that I can post them later because not every club president or district leader can attend to every one of these, and there may be something that they'll want to refer to later.
Okay.
And these are very open forums, so don't feel like you have to mute unless you have a barking dog in the background, then that might be beneficial to all concerned. But my daughter's home, so she's taking care of our barking dog. Okay, it's 7:34. I'm going to go ahead and
Okay.
officially start our February Club Presidents and District Leaders Zoom chat. This is an informal way for us to get together and talk about some things that we're experiencing, maybe get some questions answered, and to let you know the calendar of events and things that are happening on a district level and ways that we as your district leaders can support you as club presidents. So, are there any questions that you have for Santos or I about anything? Maybe pre-pets, maybe pets, maybe district conference? Any questions about that?
Hmm. Yeah, I don't have any questions at this
Okay.
point about that. I think we're sending two people, our um elect, president-elect, and then nominee. So we're trying to get two. From my experience, I found out it would be beneficial to go twice
Yes,
through training. So we're starting that at our club.
good. I know last year Muncie Sunrise sent two. Valerie came. And
Mhm.
then she got involved with summer leadership training at the zone, and has been really energized and excited about Rotary because of that. So absolutely applaud your club for sending a president-elect and a president nominee. I know the Carmel Club has done that in the past, which has been beneficial. I'm going to use that key word tonight for Arnold because he stepped into the club president's role unexpectedly early to fill in for their club president. And so he's going to be club president for 2 years in a row, finishing her year and starting his year. So he's president and president-elect this year in Carmel. And then Lisa, is the Winchester Club registered for pets? I haven't looked at the registrations. Not
No,
yet.
I don't believe so. No.
Okay. Well, one of the things last year we tried to encourage our club presidents to attend, and if they could not, to please send somebody in their place. It's vitally important that the clubs get that information that's coming for their upcoming year for that club president-elect. But there's also a business meeting that we need to have a vote on the budget. And Santos has worked really hard on his budget and has gotten it approved by the finance committee, and it'll be going out to those club presidents-elect, and there will be a vote taken. And according to our bylaws, we have to have a certain percentage of our presidents-elect voting. So if your club doesn't have a president-elect named yet, or you don't have a president, your president-elect is not able to attend the March 16th and 17th event, please send somebody as their proxy, somebody who can vote in their place, someone who can take back the education, the training, and the materials that we're going to be handing out for your club. It is important because your club has already been assessed for Land of Lincoln Pets. And so you really need to send someone to represent your club there. You've already paid for it. My recommendation is, since the Pets is at the Thelma Keller Convention Center, the Holiday Inn in Effingham, Illinois is connected. And that's, if there are rooms left at the Holiday Inn, try to get a room scheduled there. Santos, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, not really, not a whole lot. If you need help identifying a president-elect for next year, happy to do that. Yeah, the nice thing is that I'm happy to come visit if I need to talk to them, like, yeah, or have them call me. But yeah, I think still representation is still important. Hopefully if your clubs have, I mean, obviously all the clubs have been assessed. Next year, the assessment is actually going down. So that's kind of good news, right? The pets assessment's going down. I should mention that.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
so that's good. That's good news. Um, but yeah, if you have a representative from your club that would like to attend, I think it would be good to get some of the information, also to hear about the budget and um, it's not a percentage of the club presidents elects, it's the percentage of the club presidents there. So we just have to have a 3/4 majority of those present to vote for it.
Okay.
So if only 2 people show up, then hopefully 1 votes in favor. So,
Okay.
so we're good.
Well, and then
Mhm.
traditionally, because we are so close to Evanston, Illinois, we have been lucky in our president-elect training seminar to have the incoming Rotary International president visit. So our Stephanie Urchik is from the United States, and she will be our next president of Rotary International. And I'm guessing that she will be in Effingham because well, I've been going to Pets for 9 years, except for when everything was shut down. And we've had a president-elect come in every year at the Land of Lincoln Pets. So if you'd like to meet our incoming president, make sure you're there. And the Sunday dinner is open to anyone. You don't have to be a president-elect. You can just, come down for lunch on Sunday and meet the incoming Rotary International president. Can-
Jennifer, how does that
yes,
work? Do we need to make reservations? If we're not going to pets,
yes.
choose to attend the Sunday dinner.
So the
What do we need to do?
Land of Lincoln website, which is lolpets.org, I believe. If you go to lolpets.com, it's a toy company. But there is a place on there where you can register for Sunday only and pay for that lunch. If you
Okay.
have any trouble with that at all, reach out to our district administrator, Lee Perry, and she can help you with that. Her email is admin@rotary6560.org.
Okay.
Okay. And again, you can reach out to Lee for anything. She's been a Rotarian for over 30 years and has represented many districts throughout Texas, Kentucky, and Indiana. And so she has a wealth of information, all things Rotary and Rotary clubs and all of that. So, Santos, do you want to tell them what's coming up in March? Your
Uh,
pre-pets?
yeah, we had a pre-pets here recently. And where do we have yeah, just online on Zoom. And mainly there we just went over some of the goals that Rotary International has for the coming year. Some of those topics essentially, and the recording should be available to the president-elect soon for that. And then the March 6th at 6 p.m. It's a Thursday. Try to do 2 different days in case people like first one was on a Wednesday, next one's on a Thursday. So hopefully someone has one of those days free. But that's the opportunity to do introductions, and then that's when I'll be there to go over the budget. I'll explain what we were budgeting for, what the district intends to provide to the clubs, and how they're going to be there, how the budget can actually hopefully help the clubs. So that's the
Great.
plan for March.
Awesome. So that'll be on March the 6th. Make sure your presidents-elect are on that call, and it will be recorded and be available afterwards. We are putting more and more things out on the district YouTube page. So I will be loading some more videos this week of some things that we've done in the past so that people can find that. District 6560, which is our number, has its own YouTube page. So you can find a lot of information out there. During the shutdown of 2020 and 2021, we did virtual pets. So if you wanted to go take a look and see what we did back then, there are 3 one-hour sessions that kind of give a good history and background of Rotary International and our district. End of commercial. Okay. So, Stan Jacobs and I met today. He is our district membership chair. We're looking to expand our district membership team. Right now, it's Stan, and he's working with the governor line with things that clubs are asking for. The top priority, as I've gone around and visited all of the clubs, every club has stressed to me, we're concerned because either one, members are not coming back to meetings, or two, we're losing members and we're not getting any new folks to replace those that are leaving. And so we listened to that and put together a plan for recruiting new members and modeling it after something that, the chambers of commerce and business networking clubs do, because Paul Harris started Rotary in 1905 when he was a brand new lawyer in the Chicago area, not his hometown. And so he needed to find some business connections. And together they started Rotary, and they rotated around to other offices. And then they started a service project. And what I have found with Rotary, it's not like other marketing groups where you are forced to only refer business to those within that small group. But Rotary is a service organization where business leaders come together and serve together. And once you've built that relationship, you've learned to trust that person. You recognize that when that person commits to showing up for a service project and they follow through, that that's someone that you do want to do business with. And so no, we do not market ourselves and our services and our businesses to the database. That is prohibited. But there's nothing wrong with us doing business networking just like they did as the founders of Rotary all those years ago. And so Ryan Henry, who's our district governor nominee, has a business networking company that he is allowing us to use his expertise for our clubs, to think about our clubs as if they were a brand new business we were opening in the community. What would I do if I were an entrepreneur and I wanted to drive business through my door? So if I'm a Rotary Club, what do I want to do to cause people to seek me out and want to come and visit or want to come and join my Rotary Club? And so using some of those best practices in business and networking and marketing and entrepreneurialism, we are offering regional Connect the Community nights. And there will be 5 of them, and we've put them on the calendar. You can attend any one of the 5, or you can attend all 5, but we want to provide these opportunities for our clubs to give them exactly what they asked me for, a way to grow their clubs. How can we get more members? So Stan Jacobs sent out an email tonight, and you'll be hearing a lot more about it. But reach out to your assistant governors and reach out to Stan Jacobs and I, or you include Ryan in that as well. We are working really hard to give you exactly what you asked for, and so I hope that you can avail yourself to those opportunities. Yes, Arnold, do you have a question?
Yes, hey, thank you. Hey, what happens if I've just always been a leader. I don't wait around, and I identify with problems that we do have. And so we've already done this, and we've already have a plan of action of what we're doing to attack this. So if you see me not sign up for it, it's not that I'm not supportive. It's just that we already have a plan in motion right now, and I really don't want to jack it up, and start adding something else, and then we're going to get confused. So I like to keep rolling forward with what we got going on and see how it works.
That's great. I'm glad you guys have a plan.
Yes.
Ideally.
So if I can I for 1 second?
Sure.
Sorry. So that's, I think that's perfect, right? Because ultimately, like, that's the whole purpose of the district. The district's job essentially is to serve the clubs serve the members serve the community. So in other words is that if clubs have something that they're doing that is working very, very well, or they already have plan in place, they should, make sure they continue to do that. But for the clubs that may need that assistance and that help, that's the whole reason the district exists. So that's perfect, Arnold.
Mhm.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look in some of those old videos that we did back in 2020 and 2021, Santos was one of our guest speakers, and he talked about what they did in Kokomo that was phenomenal, that helped them grow. So, and helped them in their foundation giving as well. So go back and look at those old videos and see some of the things we did back then. We talked about pets, we talked about pre-pets. The other
I
thing
have
I
a
wanted, yes, go
Jennifer,
ahead.
I'm sorry, I
Mhm.
have a question about that because I saw the email come through. And I also saw that there was a meeting scheduled at our club's meeting place on June 5th, I believe it is. So that's on our home turf, and I wanted to know what it is the assistant governor, who's responsible for, I saw that what the plans involved, just kind of skimming through the email,
Mhm.
and it sounds like there's a lot of planning involved. So who is this? Should we build a network or a committee between our local clubs? Is this something the district is taking charge of and going to handle? How do we best utilize this and
Okay, good.
execute it?
Yeah, good question. We do want it to be mostly the clubs taking care of some of that. What we're providing is if you can tell us the type of individuals that you're looking for to join your club, we can give you a targeted marketing, like a database to go from. And so I think it would be really great if we could maybe have a Zoom for all of our clubs to talk specifically about this rather than just going through all the emails, especially, from Stan sending the emails, and he's wanting to make sure that everybody is getting the message, but exactly what you're talking about is putting where the rubber meets the road. How is this actually going to work, and how are we going to put this together? So if you don't mind me not answering that directly, I need to talk with Stan and find out what his plan is, because he tells me he has a checklist of what he's working off of, that this is supposed to be a plan that is able to replicate in every area, so that you can have that prospect list that you're working as a club of the people that you want to join your club. But we have been working through the assistant governors, and your assistant governor helped us get the Knights of Columbus in Muncie for your event. And so I think, from what I understand from Stan today in our conversation, Greenfield is the first one, which is coming up in March. And we will probably learn all the things of what not to do at the first one. And so then we did do this at the Indianapolis Club, and it was very successful. So trying to replicate it in a regional manner, there's probably some things that we've not anticipated yet. So let me get back to you on that, because that's a really great question. Let me write that down. Okay. The Learning Center is the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about. As you're looking for your club leaders for next year, we have a lot of training on Rotary.org, and the individual members need to create their own username and password on Rotary.org. It's not like DACDB, the District and Club Database, where we give you that username and password when you join Rotary. You go out and create it yourself. Now, in our district, we have about 33% of our members who actually have made their My Rotary account on Rotary.org. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there on the Rotary.org website that anybody can see. It's open, but once you become a member and you set up your account, there's even more out there. And so the Learning Center is one of those things. So there's training available for club treasurers, any club officer, any district officer, even those of us that are gone through the district governor training, there's online training for that as well. There are things that you can have your members take, like how to have a diverse club, how to do things that are set your club up to be a healthy club, one that is welcoming to all people and reflects the demographics of your community. And so maybe that's something that you're looking for a program, maybe for a club meeting. You could all do that if you meet virtually or hybrid, or even run it in an open regular meeting. But there's a lot of information out there, as well as videos that you can use, like commercials. When you're having a club meeting and you have visitors and you want them to know what Rotary is about on an international scale, they have some that are 30 seconds, 1 minute. I think I saw one the other day that was just 15 seconds, but just enough information out there that you can use. And Frank, I sent a whole bunch of those to Joanne McKinney this week that she wants to use during your Viva Awards, so
Okay.
that those that are there know about the bigger picture of Rotary. Muncie does a really cool thing. Do you want to talk about it, Frank, about the Viva Awards? Do you want me to touch on
Yeah.
it?
I'll touch on it. So we
Okay.
partnered with the other Rotary Club, the Noon Club, and host the Viva Award. Stands for Very Important Volunteer Award, and we rent out the convention center, provide a lunch, and then request that organizations or anyone in the community nominate someone who really lives the service above self. And they don't have to be a Rotary member, but are active volunteers in the community. This year, it's been opened for an organization, probably a for-profit, that really does a lot of work in the community in the nonprofit sector. And come together for the committee then looks at the nominations, selects award winners, and a very nice presentation meal event takes place, and we recognize those in our community. But it also brings exposure to Rotary, because most of the people that will be at the luncheon are not Rotarians. They're coming to support their friend. They're coming to support maybe the organization that nominated this person. They have a real strong volunteer. And so it does give a lot of exposure. In fact, that was my first exposure to Rotary, was through the Viva Awards locally. We had I run a nonprofit. We had nominated a volunteer. They were selected, and I went to the luncheon and learned about Rotary. It's a great event.
How many years do you know has the Viva been going on?
I don't know. I've been in this area for 10 years, and so it's been going as long as I've been. I can't speak beyond that.
Okay. I do know that the Greenfield Club is also another club that does that, where they do a presentation for an outstanding volunteer. I think it's a great way to embody the motto of service above self and tell the Rotary story, and hopefully recruit new members, because we're looking for like-minded individuals who want to serve their community. And Arnold's is letting us know that Carmel also does it as well. And what I've noticed is the clubs that are growing and that are healthier are the ones that are recognizing those individuals. And Arnold, I've been at a Carmel Club meeting once where you made someone a Paul Harris Fellow
Yeah, we did,
because of their volunteerism. Is that
because
something
of their
you do on a
volunteerism.
regular? Is that something you do
Not regular,
regularly?
not regularly, just sometimes we go about and we do that. And
Mhm.
but that we call it Rosa Award.
That's
You know,
right, the
I like
Rosa
Viva.
Awards.
We call
Mhm.
it a Rosa. I mean, and it's a nice event. Same kind of thing, except we don't do it separate. We just do it within the meeting. But we recognize that an outside person who does service above self. It's pretty cool, and we
Mhm.
have gained some members from that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we sure have.
Yeah. Yep, that's great. Okay, is there I'm looking over the last thing that I wanted to discuss is district conference is coming up on May the 4th. We've got a lot of plans in place. We're going to go live with registration in a couple of weeks, but I still have opportunity for sponsors. So if you know of someone who would like to be a presenting sponsor, or get their business in our program or on the presentation slides, let me know, or let Lee Perry know, and we can reach out to them. Edie Collins from the Indianapolis Club is our 2024 district conference chair. And so that's another person you can also reach out to if you want to, if you know of a company or some individual that would like to sponsor the district conference that's coming up. We will have Evan Burrell from Australia coming, and he spoke to us when Bryce Adam was district governor at the All Indiana conference that we had, I think in 2017, maybe, or 18. I don't remember what year exactly. But he started out as a Rotaract member and is now a district governor nominee for his district. And he does a lot of public image and that type of thing, and recruiting younger members to Rotary. And so his message is going to be on that. He's also going to be doing a breakout session as well. We have requested an international presidential representative that will be announced closer to our district conference. I'm not sure who that will be, but I'm very excited about that. It'll be somebody on a Rotary International level. I doubt it'll be Gordon McAnally, but you never know. We're pretty close. He might be our representative. And then Dr. Will Miller from West Lafayette. If you want to Google him, he used to host the Nick at Night TV show a long time ago in the 80s. He was a stand-up comedian and very, very funny. He is also a licensed mental health professional and a pastor. He's David Strand's pastor, who is an assistant governor in the Lafayette area. And he's written a book about, it was the title of it from 2010 was Refrigerator Rights. And that's when I first met him. And that book was about the people that are in our lives that have the right, that when they're over at our house, to open our refrigerator. And are there people in your life that do have that right? Well, since we've had a global pandemic, that number's much smaller in most households, almost down to just the people who live in the household. So he's doing a reworking of that book, and in the light of social media and how disconnected we all are, even though we're well connected on social media. So he's going to be there as well. And the format is, I'm hoping, going to feel more like a talk show than a lecture behind a lectern. Very casual. We'll have the Rotary Youth Exchange kids there. We will also have a room, a breakout room just for youth exchange, because we need that to grow again. We have 41 clubs. We ought to have 41 students, right? Well, we have 2 students this year. So very excited about the opportunity of growing Rotary Youth Exchange. And if we want to create peace in the world, that's the best way to do it, one student at a time. Also want to let you know it's not too late to register for Rotary International Convention in Singapore. It is going to be the end of May, And registration right now until the end of March is $595. And Tom Dusing from Carmel Club is a travel agent, and I can give you his contact information if you'd like to reach out to him to find out what airfare and accommodations would cost. Somewhere I have heard people say right now it's anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 for a week's hotel stay and round trip airfare. So if that's something that's still within your budget this year and you want to join us in Singapore, we're looking at approximately 8 people from our district that have verbally committed to attending. I know Santos has already got his airfare booked and he's going to be there. And my plan is to be there as well. And our youth exchange individuals are planning on being there because there is pre-conference training for youth exchange. So like I said, Tom Dusig at the Carmel Club is a travel agent. If you don't already have one of your own, I can give you his contact info. So those are my top things on my list of things to talk about tonight for February. Don't forget tomorrow's Valentine's Day.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Notice I'm wearing red. I was at the Indianapolis Club today to meet with them. This coming Saturday is the Chin National Day in Indianapolis at the Southport area. And so Rotary is going to be featured at this major celebration, and a lot of us are going to be there. So if Saturday from 1 to 5 you're available, they are honoring Rotary at this annual event. And the Southport Rotary Club is going to be featured, as well as their district governor is going to speak right before the lieutenant governor. I'm not nervous at all. So anyway, that's at Southport this Saturday. And then the Gift of Life fundraiser is coming up, and that is a district global grant that we do. A lot of different clubs partner with the Greenfield Club, but this is something that we've been doing for 25 years, I think. Yeah, 25. This is the 25th year. We send doctors from Riley Hospital to do life-saving heart surgeries for children in developing countries. If the child is too ill to wait until the next time we send doctors to their country, then we send that child and their parents to Riley Hospital for Children to have that surgery. And so this is something that's been going on, like I said, quarter of a century, and has dramatically changed the lives of kids all around the world. And last year, when Jennifer Jones was our international president, she traveled with our district representative for Gift of Life. And there should be a video out there on Rotary International's site of when she went to see some of these surgeries that were being done. And so it's a pretty big deal, and it's one that our district has been doing for quite some time. So very proud of our district for a lot of the global projects that we do and our clubs that partner together to do different things. So anyway, that's
Hey,
kind of what's been
Jennifer,
going on. Yeah.
since you're on the topic of global grants,
Yes.
I would like to mention, you may be familiar with Marty Sulik from our club.
Yes.
He's a grant writer, and our club is working with a group in Uganda for an international grant. He wanted me to mention that tonight, and just let that be known that we do have monthly calls with there's 2 clubs in Uganda, as well as the organization that will be supporting. We meet monthly for a Zoom call. So we are progressing along, and Marty's heavily more involved with that than I am, but I do participate in that, and it's something we're looking forward to.
Okay. Lisa, is Jan Rastamanji also on those calls?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Is this something that the Kokomo Club is a part of?
I'm not sure. I believe Indianapolis
Okay,
is involved, but
okay.
I think Marty has the hope and desire to involve more clubs.
Well, when I visited the Indianapolis Metropolitan Club, Indy Metro, they're a smaller club and they are looking for global grant partners. So
Mhm.
I can let them know to reach out to Marty to find out more about that. And Santos, you're part of the Kokomo Club. Don't you have a global grant in, I thought it was Uganda
Yeah,
for,
there's also Uganda too, so I don't know if it's the same one that he's working on. Is it
This is
for like,
Eco Agric project.
yeah, two different ones then.
two different
Okay.
ones. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I'll let Marty know about, I'm sorry, not Marty, but the Indy Metro Club, let them know about Marty so that they can
Great.
reach out to him.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. On DACTB, there's a place called District Files, and under District Files, there is a place that's called Club and Officer Resources. And I've placed a lot of materials for foundation chairs and membership chairs out there, including tutorial videos on how to enter your club goals and how to do a club matching points. So they are located there. And you can watch those. I tried to keep those videos less than 20 minutes because I know most people aren't going to watch a whole hour. The other thing is there is a place in there called Forms, and under Forms, oh, go ahead, Arnold, what's your question?
Where is it at again? A district what? Where is it at?
So on DACTB, under the
Yes,
District tab, there should be an
yes.
icon that says District Files. If you
Okay.
don't see the icon, you need to go up to the right-hand corner where there's the little gear
Mm-hmm.
and add district files to your viewable icons.
All right.
And then under
Thank you.
district files, there's a place called Club Officer Resources. That's a file that I created a long time ago. And I've just finished the 2 videos on how to enter club goals on Rotary.org and how to do a club matching points and what the forms are and all of that. The other thing is under that icon of district files, there is a link called forms. In the forms, there's a place for you to submit your articles for the district newsletter. And so, Lisa, if you want to talk in the district newsletter about your Uganda project and that you're looking for partners, that would be an excellent place to put that in there, especially you can add photos or anything like that. And what we've done with the new format of our district newsletter this year is we really have put it into the hands of the clubs so that I mean, we'll check for spelling errors and grammar, but we're not writing, you're putting it in you're submitting them in your words and the message that you want to convey. So so please feel free to avail yourself of that. Again, district files, click on forms, and then there's the district newsletter link. And it's what's called a jot forms, and it automatically populates so that Lee Perry, our district administrator, gets a message that there's a new article to be put into the district newsletter. If you
Okay.
just email it to me or if you just email it to Lee, I have like over 100,000 emails that are unread. So most of them are ads, but I get a lot of email. Yep, I think that's everything. I do hope if your club is interested in participating in our networking events that you'll let us know as soon as possible. And Arnold, I love the fact that Carmel has already taken the lead on this and has a plan in place. So appreciate that. Appreciate all of you guys and what you're doing for your clubs and your community and just know we're all connected as a district. You know, we can reach out to one another and you know, Arnold may have a question for you, Lisa, and Lisa, you may have a question for Frank, and you know, we're all on the same team and we're all building a better world by partnering with fellow Rotarians. Yes, Arnold.
I tell you, I want to tell you, I'm going to say it publicly again in reference to the foundation matching points.
Uh-huh.
You know, I gave you a lot of flack
Yes,
on
you
that
did.
last year.
Yes, you
I
did.
did. I gave you a lot of flack, and we've enjoyed doing our matching points.
Oh, good.
We've enjoyed it. Yeah,
Good.
it's been a good thing. It's been a good thing. So I just wanted to say that it really has.
Thank you. You just gave me
Mm.
chills because he did give me a hard time about it on more than one
I did.
occasion. And
I did.
I love Arnold, and I just felt so bad that he was not pleased about that. But I knew because I had served as the annual fund chair for 3 years that it would be much more meaningful to come from the club.
It is. It is. It is.
Yeah.
So cool.
Good. Thanks. I appreciate that. Well, if you're coming to Pets, I will see you then. I will be one of the facilitators, and I'll be talking about Rotary basics. They've asked each one of us in the 4 districts that are serving as district governor right now to be breakout leaders. So we'll all be there. And I love going to Pets, and I love going to Effingham. It's so much fun because not only do you get specific training based on your club size, but you also get that quality time with the people in your own district so that you can make those connections. So make sure your club is well represented in Effingham over St. Patrick's Day. Bring your green, or I'll bring some green necklaces so that you're still in compliance with the green. I had a friend who grew up in Chicago. She always wore orange on St. Patrick's Day, which didn't make any sense to me because to me, St. Patrick's Day is not a religious holiday. But apparently in her high school, you wore green if you were Catholic and orange if you were Protestant. Okay. But that's because of William of Orange. You know, he was a Protestant. You know, Braveheart, that whole Braveheart movie, that's what all that's about. So anyway. Well, I'm looking at my February calendar. I've got something for Rotary every Saturday in February, but March is looking pretty nice. So if you need me to come back to your club to visit or to do a talk or anything like that, let me know.
Okay,
Okay.
do it.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. It is 8:16. I'm going to close it out a little bit early. I appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you all soon.
Okay.
Thank
Great.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Create hope in the world out there.